Okay, so normally I have a little light on this GoPro, but it's not working for some reason, so I got this light right here. Not exactly sure how it's gonna work. I hope it's good, but let's get into it. What's going on, people? I know it's been a little bit. I'm gonna start posting more frequently now, and more to follow on that and how and why. But today I'm here, as you may have seen on the thumbnail, to talk about a new lens I got that I took with me on a trip to New York just recently, and I specifically bought it for this trip to New York. So sit back, hope you have a coffee, and let's get into this. All right, the lens we're about to talk about is the TT Artisan 28mm 5.6. Funny thing though, as I was making this video, I realized on the cover, on the lid up here, it says 23mm 5.6. Interesting. Okay, so you get it like this. Comes with this cool little box. I don't know, maybe I want to display it on the shelf there and sell it. I don't know. As all these TT Artisans, 7 Artisans, they come with their little device so you can calibrate as needed. Here's the lens. Let me tell you, I know a lot of people talk about it. I'm kind of late to the game. It is super heavy. It's got like, I say heavy, but it's got a good weight to it, like a really good weight to it. Probably because lens hood, brass, I think, I don't know. And the rear cover is also, let's put this down. The rear cover is also solid. So I think that's a majority of the weight right there, right? So with all of that taken off, look at that thing. That is what we're looking at. That is what we're talking about. Let me put this back on here real quick. Check it out. 28mm 5.6. It's got this little focus tab. I'll show you guys more once I get down the camera and we talk about a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you. It's got this cool focusing tab, locks into place over here in infinity. The aperture value is right up here. You got these 2 little notches that you turn, and it goes from 5.6 to 22, which is something I don't think many people talk about. Most lenses, from what I noticed, stop at 16, right? So to have 22 is pretty cool. And then, as if this cool box wasn't enough, the solid cap and the solid backing, the amazing size, you also get this cool lens hood. Now, I know that Leica makes the same exact lens at like 10 times the price, and that tends to be the rub, right? Like, in other words, you know, is it too much like a Leica lens? No, I don't think so. I mean, even if it was identical, that's the point, right? You get a good lens that's similar at a fraction of the cost. And I'll get to the cost in a second. Check it out, lens hood. How cool is that? Is it weird to put the lens hood and it's not even on camera? Okay, so there you go. That's how big it is. That's what it looks like. Amazing lens. Let's get it on the camera. All right, let's get it on camera. We are going to put it on the camera I took to New York. So the camera I took to New York is the 246. Whoa, am I really close to that? The 246 monochrome, right? That's what I took with me to New York to use this lens. Bam. Look at that thing. Let's put these ginormous solid caps down for a second. Here it is. Let's get where there's some light. Let's go back over here. Okay, we don't need this anymore, so let's get rid of that. So check it out. Here you go. Look at that thing. Look what it looks like on the 246, right? So like I said, infinity lock, take it off, Boom. There you go. Apertures, switch it really quickly. Easy. Typically could leave it on F8, F11. Focusing tab. Now check this out. All right, for all you hyperfocal distance people out there. If I put this thing at F8, right? F8. My hyperfocal distance can be from 1 meter to infinity. 1 meter to infinity with roughly about 2 meters, roughly, give or take a slight bit, about 2 meters being the optimal focal distance. There it is. You guys want to see? Let's put the lens head on it. Boom. That's it with the lens head. It's got this little knob here that you pinch it down and boom. That's it. Check that out. Oh my God. It's pretty cool. I will say I had a lot of fun with it. Okay, so now let's get to a little bit of a review. So I showed you the lens, showed you the packaging. Let me tell you about my experience. So I went to New York for 5 days, 7 really, but leaving to New York and leaving New York. So I'll say 5 optimal days of shooting. And for 5 days, 3 for sure, 3 out of the 5 days, because I did take the 50 Summicron, I shot that a little bit, were shooting this for about 8 hours a day. Leaving the house about 8, if not earlier, and not coming home till like 5 or 6 at night. There's only a handful of images just because I didn't want to release too many because I got so many great shots. I'm thinking of doing something more to follow on that. So, final thoughts. What do I think? What's the value? I mean, these aren't hidden secrets because this lens has been out for a while. This is a very late review, but this is my review. So let's get 28 was perfect. Allowed me to capture a lot of information when I wanted to. And then depending on the field of view and how you use it, capture some really amazing angles with this lens. And then the 5.6 actually played to my favor. So as a Leica shooter, a lot of us talk about, zone focusing and, we're not like entirely stuck on pixel peeping and super sharp images, right? I mean, yeah, but sometimes there's a little beauty and authenticity in an image that's not 100% crisp and sharp, where like you can see the movement, right? So with the 5.6, it actually, and you're gonna see some pictures here, actually played to my favor in those moments, right? Where I was zone focusing and snapping, because let me tell you, 28mm with a hyperfocal distance of 1 meter, so 28mm with zone focusing of 1 meter to infinity, with the optimal focal distance being 2 meters. It's pretty much a point and shoot. But 5.6, you gotta think about that, right? So that's you're not gonna be super fast with this camera. So I'm gonna show you some pictures where they're slightly out of focus, but I really like them. At just under $300, this lens is every bit worth it. The build quality is amazing. The image quality, as you've seen, is great. And it looks so good on these cameras. And it's a great walk around lens. It's so small, so lightweight. Lightweight in the sense, it's a surprisingly heavy lens, but in terms of size. But when it's on the camera, it's such a compact setup that, I mean, you just can't go wrong. And it's $300. The Leica version of this lens, now granted, if I had the money, I would probably get the Leica version because I love this lens so much, but it's $3,000. So $3,000, $300 to pick it up, shoot it, and do whatever. Pretty hard to beat. So there you have it. The TT Artisan 28mm 5.6. Great lens, good image quality, best bang for your buck, I think, by far. Pick one up if you don't have one. It's, you know, you have to. Link will be down below. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the pictures. And then make sure to follow me on Instagram because I just did a slide deck on the same lens. So that's more of the written format. This is more of a visual format. And then if you stick around and you follow me on Instagram, the next couple of posts will all be with the 28, just to showcase a little bit more photos. And obviously you can see them here on YouTube, but sometimes people want to look at them a little longer. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you in the next one.